Welcome back to a special segment on Breakfast with India. Now, India spends a mere 4% of its GDP on healthcare every year. Making the situation even worse, the lack of health awareness across the country.
And to address this specifically, CNN-IBN along with Apollo Hospitals has embarked on a special journey that is focusing on diseases plaguing India and our healthcare system. Let's take a look.
Hello, namaste and welcome.
Let's Talk Health. The series features Dr. Shubham Pant along with the Executive Vice Chairperson of Apollo Hospitals, Ms.Shobana Kamineni, and a host of specialists who talk about the health of India, the epidemics facing us and the available treatments.
80% of Indian healthcare today is provided by private healthcare players.
80%?
80%. One really important fact is that Indian healthcare is better but cheaper than anywhere else in the world.
So what you're saying, like we send a mission to Mars, Mangalayaan, a mission to Mars, that was so cheap, so I think in healthcare we are achieving the same goals.
Exactly.
We also meet people who've been fighting killer diseases.
I had a very bad time. I was constantly, split-second blackouts and all that was happening.
Get to know their stories.
मुझे तो ऐसे लग रहा कि जैसे ये कबूतर ही उड़ रहा हूँ मैं. पहले तो मुझे ऐसे लग रहा था कि मैं एलिफेंट हूँ, अब कहाँ उड़ सकता हूँ.
And meet the doctors who are helping them.
आपके डॉक्टर हैं, सो अच्छा है आपने झप्पी मारी उन्हें.
बिल्कुल सर, इन्होंने तो मुझे दोबारा इंसान बना दिया.
Now, for the last 9 years, we here at CNN-IBN have been committed to bringing you informative and nuanced content to our viewers. And with Let's Talk Health, we are bringing you, our audience, into this conversation.
That's right. And we have two very special guests with us on the show today. We have Ms.Shobana Kamineni, Executive Vice Chairperson of Apollo Hospitals, who's with us. We also have Dr. Shubham Pant, oncologist and Associate Professor of Medicine, University of Oklahoma. Thank you, both of you, for being with us on the show. Now, let me start with you, ma'am. Let's really talk about healthcare awareness, because that seems to be a huge issue as far as India is concerned. How much does India lack healthcare awareness, and how huge is the need for it?
India has great healthcare facilities, but we have them in pockets. So I think geographically don't have enough. But in terms of technology, in terms of expertise, we're up there in the world. So it's just the mismatch of how we can get it to people and how we need to get it at different price points. Very important. But I'll ask you a question back. Do you know the price of your life or the price of your body?
In absolute terms?
Yeah, absolute terms.
I actually have no idea.
So we say life is priceless now because but a Yale professor actually put a price on the human body, and it is, believe it, $6,000 trillion.
$6,000 trillion.
Oh my God.
That is 70 times the world's GDP. So he put a price on your veins, your arteries, your heart, your skin, everything.
And yet that's the first thing we ignore. Our health is the first thing all of us ignore.
So next time someone says health is wealth, believe it.
It's true, truly.
So we need to bridge that gap, you're saying, between health awareness and how we look at our own body.
Absolutely. So when you have something so precious, are we looking after it?
That's right. And Shubham, I'll come to you at this point in time. Like, you've practiced in the United States as well, and now you're in India here. Do you see a difference in how health and health awareness is treated in the two countries?
Yes, I think it's very different. I think we need more health awareness in India. I think we need more wellness awareness. So I think you maybe try and see your primary care physician. In America, it's very common for people to see the primary care physician or their family doctor regularly, so they can catch things early before they become a big problem. In India, I think once we have a problem, then we go to a doctor. So prevention is always better than cure. And that's one of the messages we're trying to send out on this program, that yes, if you get into a problem, see your doctor, but keep a healthy lifestyle, keep wellness in mind, because in our urban lifestyle there's so many stressors, so many pushes on time, people are not sleeping enough, you've got kids, you've got both parents working, so many stressors. So you need to focus on wellness. That's very important, so that because once you get to a doctor with a problem, then it's a big problem, right? So you need to kind of see your primary care physician, focus on prevention.
Right. So in context of that, when we are talking about the Let's Talk Health show, can both of you take us through how that will benefit our viewers, the audience? So what will be the key components that you'll be touching about? Shubham, let's start with you.
Well, three things. One, we want to be able to show people what Shubham just said, that it's important to keep it away. Good diet, stress that all of us have in our lives.
Or stress busting.
And so de-stress, exercise, and just get away from dependencies, smoking, alcohol, all that, and this thing. Now the second part of it, which is really important, is that we've seen that there's so much technology out there, and what we can do is actually cure if it's caught early. So we want people to go out there and detect early, have checkups. And the third part of this show is actually, because the burden of India is going to become the heart disease capital of the world, the diabetes capital of the world, and the cancer capital of the world. NCDs will kill more than any other thing in the country. So we're trying to put the country's best experts in front of audiences to demystify and try and bring that to them. Simple three things.
And I think another important thing is that we have great people coming on the show. So I think the experts, and then we have patients. So one of the things in India is if somebody has a disease, a lot of people tend to hide it.
Right.
You don't want to tell your family member, or tell your family members, don't tell somebody else. Particularly women. So it was a learning experience for me. For example, I didn't know that girls who have diabetes, it's hard for them to find matches. And we had somebody come on our show. So we've got remarkable tales also. Like yesterday we shot with survivors of cancer, and these girls are they're beautiful. Normally you just show cancer is shown a different face, but we're showing a different face of cancer, a face of survivorship, a face of hope, and a face that people really don't associate cancer with. So it's all we're just showing these amazing stories that I think people can really relate to.
So relatability is the main idea behind this initiative.
Sure.
But Shobana, like you were telling me, the 3 top killers in the next couple of years are going to be things that people in India do not take so seriously. There is, like you were telling us, heart problems and, cholesterol, tension. So how can we expect our viewers, what can they take away from this entire initiative when you're looking at demystifying these myths? What can they specifically expect our panel to do for them?
Well, number one is they're the top experts. 2 is that we're really trying to show them the technology which is currently available that can help them, and which will be available tomorrow. Right now you can actually get a patch. So instead of doing your insulin test every day, there's a patch that will do it for 14 days and give you the best levels. So technology is advancing. 5 years from now we'll be able to detect a heart attack days before it can actually happen. But we're trying to show people, experts, technology, and then the fun way of, the survivors or interviews, yoga. You've done nice stuff with that.
A lot of stuff on yoga.
Cooking, so
how to cook healthy.
Cooking healthy stuff, absolutely.
So there's lots of that. It's extremely interactive.
Okay, I'm just going to at this point ask a question, a very personal question.
Okay, sure.
We work very hard as journalists. We have terrible hours. We barely sleep. We eat.
Wake up early.
We eat terrible food. It's completely undisciplined. What would be your advice for us?
Shobana, go first. It's because I'm sure Shobana works a lot of hours. I've seen it in the morning, wakes up.
We do the same hours, but I think it's really important for you to be a bit selfish with this. So remember, you need your time. So that time to exercise and de-stress, and then you really don't need to eat that fatty carbs or starch or this thing, just be disciplined. I like a shut-off routine that, in the evenings I won't eat with this thing, or eat really light. So that whole system, you need to start making those small changes, and then it works great for you throughout, because there's nothing like, what you can take charge of yourself really keeps you away from us.
That's right.
So it's not an apple a day, but discipline that keeps you away from the doctor, basically.
Yeah.
That's right.
Well, apple wouldn't hurt.
Apple wouldn't hurt. Yes, that's got good fiber, and I think I'll go from what Shobana said. Early eating, not late eating. That's very important. Cut down on, definitely, if you can leave smoking or chewing tobacco, that's the big thing, right? So if you do that for yourself, if somebody's doing that,
Hey,
then
alcohol,
you can probably have a little bit of red wine here and there, but maybe not bottles and bottles of it. That's one thing. And the big thing is try to de-stress your life. I'm an oncologist. I see young people with cancer. I see 20-year-olds, 25-year-olds, and they may not reach their 30th birthday. Right? So I feel blessed when I wake up in the morning. I say, man, I'm still alive. That's pretty good. And truly, health is wealth, what Shobana said. So, just little changes, as Shobana said, and try to, de-stress as much as possible. I think that's the important point.
But you both look great.
You both look great. I know that's the right place for you guys because, yes, I agree with Shobana.
That's definitely a reassuring note for us, at least here. So thank you, Shubham and Shobana, ma'am. Thank you so much for joining us. Same to you guys.
Thank you and to our viewers. And thank you so much once again for joining us. And of course, that show which is going to be kicking off on CNN-IBN, which is going to be giving you all of those crucial tips on how to live your life better and healthier. So be sure to tune in for that.
That's right. It starts on March 14th.
Yes. So we're going to now slip into a quick break and news updates will continue on the other side. Stay with us.
Thank you, guys.